Good morning folks, welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday today and this is an old school training vlog. Hang on, I gotta say hello to the zoo up there. Did you catch that? Did you see the giraffe? So I've got about 4.5–5 hours on the cards today, and following on from yesterday's turbo session, which ended up being really good actually. So I managed to knuckle down and complete a session that was 2 by 30 minutes with 15 minutes rest, and the 30-minute intervals were ridden at a power just below my average power for the 35-minute effort in the race up the Zwift. About a week ago in the Zwift Games, I averaged, I think it was 368 watts for 35 minutes, which actually ended up being my third best power for 30 minutes according to Strava, and there's activities on there from 2012 all the way back to 2012, so a good catalogue of activities, shall we say. So that does confirm that I'm in good shape right now, and therefore yesterday's session, the 30-minute blocks, I decided to ride at about 340 watts, and I actually structured the session in a way that those 30 minutes was broken down into 2.5 minutes at 340 and 30 seconds at about 330, and those 30 seconds were more just for a mental break than anything else. You're obviously not, losing anything by doing 10 watts less. I mean, if you're out on the road, it'd be hard enough to maintain a 10 watt difference anyway, but I did feel that it would help me mentally get through that 30-minute block. I did use erg mode, which for those of you who don't know, basically allows you to hold rock steady power. You just have to pedal your bike and nothing else. I was in fairly good control. I got a little bit sloppy towards the end, but all in all it was a very good session. Well, what's next? Well, now that I've done a couple of efforts in the region of flat out for 35–40 minutes, I'm fairly certain I've got an accurate number I can work with to stretch things out, and hence why I did the 2 by 30 minute session. Now when you're working, when you're working at that sort of level, you want to always focus on doing more time as opposed to doing more power. You can leave the more power thing for later in a different training phase, but where I am currently, it's about more time. That's what's going to benefit me the most. So at the minute, I'm thinking the next move might be a 4 by 20 minute session at the same power, but we'll see. But also, I'm not going to stay away from doing these 20 to 40 minute flat out efforts either, because I want to maintain this trajectory that I'm on currently with some goals that I have coming up in the next 6 to 8 weeks. It's not normal for me to stop that early on a ride, but we are only half an hour in. But I'm early to meet in the group ride today, so I thought, well, it's a nice morning, well, nice-ish. Let's do what we used to do in Mallorca and Australia and all these nice places. We stop for a coffee before we even start our ride. Well, it's been a couple of hours since I spoke to you last. We've done a couple of nice little descents. I rode with the group for about an hour and a half, and now I am heading in a complete opposite direction to meet Charlie. We're actually having a little race on our hands, funny enough. I'm riding to Porth Call, which is about 45 kilometers along the south coast of Wales. It's a lovely little seaside town actually, and Charlie's driving there, so we're going to see who can get there first, although I have left like 45 minutes before her. It will only take a half an hour to drive there. Should take me about an hour and a half to ride. I have a monumental tailwind as well, which is great. I'm linking up with a lot of new cycle paths that Swansea Carmarthenshire Council have been working on over the last last year probably, We got this one here just outside Morriston, and the one I'm going to get on in a little bit is going to be running alongside the motorway near Port Talbot, and then I'm going to be jumping on the bypass past the big steelworks that a lot of you I'm sure will know of, particularly if you've done the Dragon Ride, of course, and start in Margam Park. So that's the direction we're heading to wrap up what will probably be a 5.5 hour ride. A little bit longer than I thought, but we'll take it. I'm not gonna lie, you can tell this cyclepath isn't used very often. I think it must be like an old service road almost for the motorway. Really. It's very mossy, gravelly. Oh, this is a tricky bit. This is near Llandarcy. There's a cycle path here, but this is like a major motorway roundabout. So I need to pay attention here now. Pay attention. I've basically got to cross like 1, 2, 3, 4 motorway lanes to get to the cycle path. There we go, we made it. We nearly turned down the M4 junction there. Not gonna lie, that took a lot of bravery to hold the GoPro there. Well, we're nearly in Porthcawl now, but I have to say, this stretch of road outside Port Talbot, you'll know the one, locals. When you got a tailwind, this must be like one of my most favourite roads in this area, because you're just cruising, smooth tarmac, dead straight road, hardly any cars on it because the motorway's just there. It's beautiful when you got a tailwind. When you got a headwind, not so much. I've just received word that Charlie's just come through Port Talbot, or where I was in the last clip, past the steelworks. It's probably about 15 minutes away from Porthcawl, and I got about 10k, 9k. I mean, am I really going to do that in 15 minutes? Possibly. It all depends how strong this tailwind is. Where is Charlie now? Last time I checked, she was just coming off the motorway, but still on a fast road. Can I get to the seafront before she gets there? Oh, I got a headwind to get to the coast. This last couple 100 meters is into headwind. I just had a text with Charlie to say she's made it. I told her to message me when she gets there. I'm about 3 minutes away, 4 minutes away, if that. Well, that's a nice way to end on this seafront.
Any collision coverage? Yes. Fire? Probably. Property destruction?